Joshua wins if he knocks Usyk out early, probably by the 7th or 8th round, or Usyk wins if they go to decision. Which one is likely for me? I feel... Hello HTV boxing fans, it is fight week and it is really a big fight week. Perhaps the biggest fight of the first half of the year. I'm talking about the second meet between British Anthony Joshua and Ukrainian Oleksandr Usyk for the WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO, and Ring Magazine World Heavyweight titles. Yes, 5 belt titles. Now, this is taking place at the King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, this Saturday. Main event will begin at approximately 5:15 p.m. Eastern and 10:15 p.m. British Summer Time, and it will be shown on Sky Sports in the UK and dazn around the world, including the United States and Canada. Event is promoted by Matchroom. In this short video, I will deviate from what I normally do in the pre-fight analysis, which is discuss the strengths and weaknesses of athletes and the strategies. Instead, I will discuss how the first fight went, what mistakes were made by both fighters, what has happened since, and then how I expect them to perform in this fight. And of course, my prediction. As a bonus, you will get to hear from other boxing pundits, give their predictions and their reasons at the end. So stay tuned to the end. This is Talking Boxing. Before I go on, please don't forget to leave your prediction below in the comment section. Like and share this video and subscribe if this is your first time. Help me reach 1,500 subscribers by the end of August, which is my goal. So let's talk about the last fight. Their last meet was a great fight, depending on how you look at it. One could look at it through two different lenses. You could think of it as Usyk put on a great performance, or Joshua made mistakes. But Usyk won majority of the rounds, in my opinion, and he deserved it because he was the most dominant. Joshua was competitive, at least in the early rounds, but he seemed to have lost steam the second half of the fight. By which lens did I see it overall? I can't take anything away from Usyk and what he did, but I think I would lean towards Joshua making mistakes. What does this mean, or what does it imply going into this weekend's fight? I will explain when I get to the expectations for the upcoming fight. Personally, though, I felt that in that fight, Anthony Joshua had gone with a plan that he never executed because he didn't anticipate all that Usyk came up with. Especially after the knockdown, he was rattled, perhaps physically, but also mentally. He was cautious after that and never really followed through with the jabs and body shots, or his plan, I should say. After round 6, he did appear done to me, and Usyk took him apart and during the second round of the fight. That was my observation of that fight. Since then, a lot has gone on for both fighters, and we will talk about that as we talk about the fighters. First, Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk is a big fighter with great movement overall in legs, body, head. I mean, name it. He got all the movements. He's durable and got the endurance and can go the later rounds. He's fighting for his country. With everything going on in Ukraine right now, he has the backing of the whole country. This means that he has an extra motivation, an extra reason to win this fight. And it puts him, the rest of the world also behind him, especially if you support Ukraine. So motivation is very high. But this could also mean that with the war going on, he has not really had the chance to train like he would, especially with the earlier parts of the year. So that could be a negative factor for him. But he's a clever fighter and can adapt to any changes that Joshua may bring. Now on to Joshua. He needs to take this seriously in order for boxing fans to take him seriously. He cannot lose. He cannot lose this fight against Usyk. He's huge, strong, and quick, and has gone for a new trainer in the name of Robert Garcia. since his last fight. Though a word in the boxing community is that Garcia is not really in charge, and it's Angel Fernandez who is in charge, and Garcia is second. Either way, it doesn't matter. He has worked with Fernandez for some time now, so he knows him. But Garcia being a part of the team is an addition because he has experience at this level of high competition. And Joshua gave an interview recently that said he's been sparring with a southpaw for longer now compared to the first fight, which he didn't do so. What should we expect from this weekend from both boxers? Well, Joshua looks good in training. He's a lot trimmer and faster. He needs to go in there and impose his size. Joshua needs to stay away from headhunting Usyk. Usyk moved too fast. He's too quick for him to go headhunt. So he should move away from that. And then look for the body shots. This, I think, is going to be what gets AJ the victory if he's going to win. Body shot is what he should be going for. And with body shots, you eventually tie the body up, and especially in heavyweights, this is a big deal. There's one thing about Anthony Joshua I feel may not change, and that is his durability in the late rounds. He usually shows signs of fatigue in the latter rounds and may run out of steam again if Usyk takes him there. So in order for him to win, he's going to have to try and knock Usyk out. This is the tactic that he tried before in the first fight. And unfortunately, or depending on how you look at it, I suggest he does the same, though he should change what he does. What I mean is he should try and knock Usyk out, but avoid the mistakes such as headhunting Usyk or mentally breaking down should anything or any mishap happen that does not go according to plan, like him being knocked out. He should focus on the body. He needs to attack the body, and that will be the way to go. He should also keep his jabs up and not hold back on his straight rights. Now to my prediction. I honestly think this fight can go either way. The first fight was very competitive, and I do not expect anything less from this one. Joshua wins if he knocks Usyk out early, probably by the 7th or 8th round, or Usyk wins if they go to decision. Which one is likely for me? I feel Joshua has made enough improvements in his team, in his training adjustments, and for the good of boxing. He's done enough and he has enough motivation that I think is going to swing in his favor. And that is my prediction. Now, let us hear what other boxing pundits think. This is Talking Boxing.
Well, my prediction is Joshua is going to win. The reason being, he's coming into this bout more hungrier. This bout is more or less like a redemption bout for him. And I believe he's learned from the previous fight. He's going to correct his mistakes. He's coming in technically sound. He's coming in mentally sound. He's coming in physically stronger. I know Usyk is also coming in technically sound, but I'll go with Joshua because I feel like he's going to make a statement. He's going to redeem himself from the previous loss. That is why.
Boxing, like the old adage goes, kills pays the bill, and boxing is 80% mental. And who has those two to his advantage? Oleksandr Usyk has those two to his advantage. Oleksandr Usyk's backhand will start giving Anthony Joshua a whole lot of problem, and I don't think his partnership with Garcia is strong enough to see him through. So this is my take on the fight. Oleksandr Usyk, round 10 knockout.
I go for Anthony Joshua to win this fight because I think he's learned from the previous fight. He's trained very well. He's psychologically ready. He's had a good camp with good trainers, and his legacy is at stake. Against Usyk, who I think with the situation in Ukraine wouldn't be coming into this fight in the best frame of mind and maybe, underwhelming this fight. So I will go for Anthony Joshua to win this fight on points.